Holiday, you're on the air at WPLP.
Yeah, hey, Daddy, how's it going?
Fine.
Yeah, you mentioned before about liars and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since you're having a bashing night, I thought I'd call up and prove that you're a liar.
Great.
I listened to your Magnificent Seven show dealing with Dr. Miller when you had me on, Mr. Boycott.
Yep.
And it's interesting that you didn't play the entire conversation.
Oh, you're wrong. We did.
Well, you didn't play the part where you stated that you were wiretapping my phone.
Oh, yes, we did.
Well, I didn't hear it.
Well, it's too bad.
And the fact remains, if you wiretap my phone, how come I haven't heard from you? Did the FBI give you permission to wiretap phones?
It's not a wiretap, it's a trace.
Well, you said wiretap. I got a tape of it, too, to prove it.
Yes, I know I did. I misspoke.
Right.
It's a trace.
Oh, you got
a wiretap, obviously, I don't need if I'm talking to you.
Huh?
I said a wiretap, obviously, I don't need if I'm talking to you. I misspoke. I meant a trace.
Well, you got permission from the FBI to do it then, huh?
No, you don't need permission from the
You
FBI.
got a judge's order?
Don't need a judge's order to put a trace on.
Tell me about third-party boycotts, too.
All you need to put a trace on the telephone is to inform the telephone company that someone is making rude and obnoxious and consistent calls to you, and you stop doing it. But if you start again, then you'll hear from them. St. Petersburg, you're on the air at WPLP.
How you doing?
Fine.
This is Tony in St. Pete.
Mm-hmm.
I think that you need a couple lessons taught to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Because, you see, I like women, and you sound like you're gay.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you bash a lot of people, but you like it in return.
Mm-hmm.
Are you some kind of glutton for pain?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Mm-hmm.
I think you are. Why don't you just fess up to it?
Mm-hmm.
You're just gonna say, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
That's right.
Great. I think you're bashing everybody pretty good, and I think you need a little bashing in return.
Yeah, why don't you do it?
Aren't you afraid that somebody's going to see you in public sometime and just bash you physically?
Oh, like maybe you?
Maybe.
Well, why don't you come over to the station tonight?
We're about 300 pounds. I think I could roll your big butt.
Yeah, why don't you come over here?
Think so?
Yeah, come on.
All right.
Yeah, come on.
All right. What time you get off work?
Come over while I'm still on.
Okay. Great. I'll hang around and wait for you.
Don't hang around. Just knock on the door and come on in.
All right. I'll bring some beers. We'll have a good party.
Yeah.
We can bash each other.
Uh-huh.
You may bring any bats or anything?
No, you don't need bats. They won't help you.
We can just tear the place up.
No, we'll just tear you up.
All right.
Right.
That sounds like it'd be just a ducky time.
Oh, it sure will be.
Just ducky.
Yeah, we'll wave to you as they're taking you away in the paddy wagon, punk.
Really?
Yeah, you better believe it.
You think so?
Uh-huh.
How do you know that I'm going away in the paddy wagon?
Come over and find out.
What if you're in the ambulance? How are you going to see me?
Come on over and find out, punk.
That sounds like a good time.
Uh-huh.
Why do you call me punk? What? Don't
'Cause you are.
I'm young?
Because you're a little snot-nosed punk, that's why.
Little?
Who thinks that you're on the telephone, you're going to talk big.
Yeah?
Yeah.
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 How do you know that I'm not big?
Come on.
How do you know I'm not big?
Come on over, punk.
You say punk. You say
You
punk.
got it.
Little punk. You little
You got
snot-nosed
it.
punk.
You got
I
it.
may be bigger than you.
Maybe you are.
Maybe I am. Don't want to scare you?
Nope.
You need to watch out for people like me.
Uh-huh.
You do.
Uh-huh.
You know you do.
Uh-huh.
You'll think about me later.
Okay.
You'll be looking over your shoulder, and you'll think about me.
Yeah, you'll be having something in your belly, too, to make you think about me for the rest of you. Tampa, you're on the air at WPLP.
Is that me?
That's you.
Bob, you know, now, honest God, I never listened to you.
Mm-hmm.
I heard Fowler this morning telling what you were going to be doing.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. He didn't know.
Well,
Nor did he say.
I heard this one woman say that you're homosexual. I want to know who you sleep with and who your homosexual friends are.
Why, you looking for a date tonight or something?
You got it.
I see. Well, you've come to the wrong place.
Why?
I'm monogamous.
You are?
Yeah, I don't sleep with
What's
callers.
his name?
I don't sleep with callers.
Well, what's his name?
None of your damn business.
Why not?
Bruce.
It's open air.
Bruce. Does that make you happy?
I knew it'd be Bruce or Sid or... Where did you get that
You
list?
seem to know an awful lot about homosexuality.
Yes, I do. Where'd you get that list from?
I worked on it. I went to school to learn it.
What school is that?
Louisiana Lisping Institute.
Well, you know, you are queer.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen you. I saw you at West Shore Mall.
Really? How often have you come out to follow me around?
No, I didn't come to see you.
Oh, I see.
No, I came to see Tim
Uh-huh.
and David.
Uh-huh.
David was sick, and you were terrible that day.
Uh-huh.
And you're a communist.
Mm-hmm.
And since we don't have this, what do they call this thing now that it's called? The Fairness? The Fairness Act or something?
Uh-huh. Something like that.
They probably don't have to keep you on anymore, do they?
They never did.
They didn't have to?
No.
Well, who are you? Is Bruce work for the station there?
No.
Well, you know you're just a liberal queer.
Highest rated liberal queer in the market.
You are?
Yeah. That's why they keep me on.
Oh. Is that the whole station or what?
The whole market.
I mean, is everybody there like you?
Is everybody here like me? No, I don't think there's anybody here like me except me.
I see.
Are there a lot of people running around like you?
You know, excuse me?
I said, are there a lot of people running around like you?
Probably a couple 100 million, yes.
Oh, what a terrible thought.
Why is that?
Just a terrible thought.
To who?
Almost anybody, I should think.
Well, I fought my war. What war did you fight?
Oh, my, you did?
Yes, I did.
Oh, great.
I was in the Navy, you know.
Fantastic.
Well, what did you ever do for your country?
What did I ever do for my country?
Yes.
Fought.
You did what?
Fought.
Fine.
I said fought.
Spell that.
Such as in think.
I'm sorry, I can't hear that. You did what?
I think.
Think?
Think, yeah. No, not think.
Everybody in this
think.
country thinks.
Really?
Sure, don't we?
Huh.
How do you think we got to be such a great country? We didn't have fags and queers.
By the way, since you never listened to this program, how do you know I'm a communist liberal?
Because I saw you at West Shore Plaza.
Oh, what, did I have a T-shirt on or something that said communist
No,
liberal?
You're a big, fat, bearded person that smokes a hell of a lot of cigarettes. And
Hell of a lot of cigarettes.
Weak-wristed, and I can't believe.
Well, would you like to arm wrestle?
You bet.
Would you like to see how weak-wristed I am, bozo?
Betcha.
Bring it over here, baby. Along with a $100 bill.
I've never been beat arm wrestling.
Bring it over here along with a $100 bill. We'll do it right here on the air.
Address.
Look it up in the phone book.
It's not in the phone book. I've looked it up.
I don't know what the hell the address is. Call them up in the morning. They'll tell you.
Call who?
The business office.
Who do I...
Can't you make any decisions on your own?
Decisions? I made a decision to call
I mean,
you.
how the hell can you find the bathroom?
It's easy.
Oh, do you have a rope tied to the door and you just follow it?
No, I got a rope. I got soap on a rope.
I'll bet you do. I'll bet you do. St. Pete, you're on the air, WPLP.
Yo, Lassiter.
Yeah?
Oh.
Yeah? Go ahead.
I got a question for you, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Who helped you put it together?
excuse me?
Who helped you put it together?
Ha ha, very funny. Your usual sarcasm.
Mm-hmm.
Your usual sarcasm.
No, just my usual inquisitive mind.
Yeah, right. Remember the guy that told you that he'd come over to the station?
Yeah?
I wish he gave his number out because I'd like to come over too.
Good. I got 6 of them.
You got 6 of them?
Yep.
6 of what?
You'll find out.
Yeah, right. You really scare me, Bob.
Mhm.
You're from New Jersey, I hear?
Yeah?
Are you?
Mhm.
You're a disgrace because I'm from New Jersey too.
Mm.
And us New Jersey people do not act like you do.
Oh.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe you're from the south end of New Jersey where all the niggers are.
Uh-huh.
Okay? But I'm from the north end of New Jersey toward New York City.
Uh-huh.
And people like you, we don't put up with that kind of
Oh, what kind of people am I?
What kind of people are you?
Yeah.
You're ignorant.
Uh-huh.
I don't think you have a high school education. I
Mhm.
really don't.
Mhm.
The way that your philosophy goes on life and things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're way out of perspective with life, Lassiter.
Oh, for example?
You're gone.
For example?
Huh?
For example?
For example?
Yeah.
For example,
Yes, for example. I believe that was a question.
foreign policy.
Could you be a tad more specific?
Well, I don't want to get into politics like
Oh.
earlier to one of your callers.
Well, you see, it's my show. I've asked you to be more specific. You've made a charge against me, and I'd like to know what the charge is. What the hell you
I
think?
that
What do you mean you
couldn't
think? You
even
haven't thought a
find
day in
a-
your life. Give me a break.
you could not even shine Fowler's shoes.
Uh-huh.
You couldn't.
Yeah, he wears canvas shoes. That's why I couldn't.
You couldn't. And I also think that they should take Tim Cole off of Saturday and Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
put him in your spot,
Might get your wish.
and let you wash dishes in some
I
wrestling
wouldn't
spot.
challenge you, would it? You wouldn't have to think about anything. You'd never have to hear anything you didn't like.
Well, excuse me.
Uh-huh.
I don't like you, and that's a fact.
Really?
That's a fact.
Too bad you don't even know why.
I have a lot of reasons why.
Well, then why don't you share some of them with
You're
us?
a commie pinko.
Uh-huh.
That's right.
Right.
Communist. And I hear you're a homosexual.
Uh-huh.
You're probably spreading AIDS around all over the goddamn area of Pinellas and Hillsborough County.
You want to drop your soap?
Excuse me?
You want to drop your soap?
I ain't no faggot.
Ah.
I ain't no faggot.
Uh-huh.
Don't Don't accuse me of being one either.
Uh-huh.
You don't know me from Adam. But I'm sure as hell ready to come down.
Oh, you don't know me from Adam either, do you? You don't know me from Adam either. But that doesn't stop you from making outrageous charges that you can't back up because you've been challenged and you can't even say why you think the way you think.
Well, when you got 30 or 40 or 50 or 60 people laying down facts that have seen you, that happen to know you for a certain amount of time, that have listened to your program like I have, and I think you're totally off the wall.
Why do you listen to it then?
Why do I listen to it?
Yeah, you want me to tell you why? I know that you don't know why, but I'd be delighted to tell you why. It's the best damn show you've ever heard. That's why you listen.
You know why I listen to it?
Yeah, I just told you.
For a good laugh.
Yeah, right.
I think you should be in Green Bay.
You're not intelligent enough to get a laugh out of this show.
Excuse me?
You're not intelligent enough to get a laugh out of this show.
Oh, right. And what backs that up, Mr. Fowler? Or, I mean, Mr. Lassiter. What backs that up?
3 minutes and 50 seconds of listening to you.
The thing that I don't understand about you, I've been listening to you off and on for a long time, and I've come to the conclusion, you're a loser. You're a complete loser. Everything you start, never finish. You started off with a campaign about, the cost of, the 335 cost of living. Then you had people sign.
It's called the minimum wage.
Minimum wage.
Right.
You had people sign things for campaigns.
That's correct.
And then they dropped out. Anything you start, it drops. It don't get nowhere. You're a loser. Now, you've been married. I guarantee in 6 months' time you ain't going to be married anymore.
Really?
Because you're a loser in anything you try.
You kind of hope that my marriage falls apart, don't you?
Well, you haven't.
Would really...
You haven't started anything, finished anything you started that come through. And nobody, like you take in the newspapers or anything, nobody comments on what you say. You're the only one, you have your own opinion. It's just ego. You only got ego. And I think you're an intelligent guy, but I just can't understand how you back everything. Now, most talk shows hosts have their callers call once a week. You have your callers call every day.
No, really?
And some of them even call twice a day.
Really?
Twice a day. That's why you have so many calls. They call you every day.
Do you live in a gingerbread house or something?
Beg pardon?
Do you live in a gingerbread house? Or maybe an old shoe?
Gingerbread house?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I didn't think you'd know, but that's okay. Go on.
You know, it's the first time I ever called you. I've never called you before, but you're a complete loser. If I had a business or anything, I would love to have you to criticize me because I think I would be the success of my business. Because anytime you go in a restaurant, you don't get no service. Anytime you buy anything, it's always bad. I don't know. I eat out once a week all the time.
What, at Morrison's Cafe?
Beg pardon?
What, at Morrison's Cafeteria?
I live in St. Pete Beach, and I live eating all these restaurants here on the St. Pete Beach, and I always made it a policy to eat in a restaurant where they serve you cost napkins. I never eat in a restaurant where they don't get cost napkins.
Oh, that's good.
Always,
what do you do, steal them?
And I always get good service, and I always get a good meal.
Great, glad to hear it.
Beg pardon?
It's a great, glad to hear it.
And I can't understand. Every time, everything against everything.
Maybe my standards are higher than yours.
Because you're a loser. No, you're a loser.
Oh.
Everything you attempt, why don't you go through with something? You just got people to sign a couple petitions, but nothing ever happened.
What did you expect to happen?
I don't know. Get through. People got something. I mean, they give in to you. You get some.
What did you expect to happen?
You succeed in some of your
What
things.
did you expect to happen?
I don't know. If you try to do something, you think you succeed in it. Now you were just.
Well, how do you know I failed in it?
You just about.
How do you know I failed in it?
Just about the.
How do you know I failed in it?
What?
How do you know I failed in it?
Because nothing ever happened.
Oh, are you sure about that?
Positive.
Oh, I see.
Everything you've been, because listen, nothing ever happened. Now you just started about the what do you mean? The agency for decency or something. I don't know what it. You said you were going after that. Well,
That's right.
You go after for a few days, and that's the end of it. That's the end of it.
No, it's not the end of it at all. As a matter of fact, I have right before me the report from the Internal Revenue Service on the National Federation for Decency.
Look, you take all the things that you've started in the last couple months.
Uh-huh.
What happened? Any of them?
Good shows.
What?
Good shows. I thought you didn't listen very much.
Oh, who said I didn't listen?
You did when you started.
Oh, I said I listened off and on. No,
That's
I
right.
listen a lot. No,
Oh, you listen a lot. I see. So it's more on than off.
No, but I listen a lot. I listen a lot.
Why do you listen to a loser so much?
Well, because it's interesting.
Oh.
Well, I agree with you're interesting. Listen, you're interesting.
That's right.
It's no question you're interesting, but you're a loser.
Mm-hmm.
What
do you think that says about you?
What?
What do you think that says about you?
Well, I don't know. I've been very successful in life. I'm retired now.
Not very successful in picking talk shows, apparently.
Beg pardon?
I said you're not very successful in... What did you do? Did you run a jackhammer or something when you were working? You seem to have a terrible hearing problem.
No.
You're not very successful in picking talk shows.
Well, I've been pretty successful in life. I have nothing to worry about. I live in a very
Just pick losing talk shows to listen to, huh?
I live in a very fine condominium on a beach.
Mm-hmm, I'll bet.
Yes, sir, a very fine condominium. I paid $125,000 for it 7 years ago.
Great.
And it's all paid for, too.
Fantastic.
So, but I know I just want to tell you, I listen to you. There's no question. I'm telling you, I listen to you.
Mm-hmm.
But you're definitely a loser.
Mm-hmm.
Go through with one of your things. Let me see you succeed in anything you attempt.
I did, sir.
Right.
I got you to call.
Sid, look at your topic tonight. Lassiter, wow, you're really going to make it somewhere.
Mm-hmm. You're listening. You called.
This is the last time.
How long did you sit on the phone waiting?
This is the last time.
How long did you sit on the phone waiting, sucker?
About 2 minutes. Sucker.
More lies.
Sucker.
How long did he wait, Michael? 12 to 15. Anything else you'd like to know?
How about...
Can't even tell time, I see. What about it? Mm-hmm.
457.
Mm-hmm. I thought you had taken care of that. What the little punk did was try to give out a phone number on the air that was not mine. He doesn't know mine, but it was somebody else's phone number, just for the benefit of those of you sitting at home listening.
Maniac.
Well, thank you.
With the manners of a Neanderthal.
Mm-hmm.
The way you step in on people when they're trying to say something is outrageous.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to give me 3 minutes?
If you'd like, go ahead.
Well, the only thing I agree with you about is Ronald Reagan, because I think he's the worst president we ever had.
Mm-hmm.
So, put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Oh, my, I don't think I've ever been so insulted.
Well, I'd say worse if I could, but it wouldn't go over the air.
Sure it would. Sure it would. Go ahead, give it a try.
Well, you're an ass.
Mm-hmm. Glad she's not rude and crude, huh?
Yes. You think you're a genius.
Mm-hmm.
You have delusions of grandeur, and figments of the imagination indicates to me that there's something very deficient in your personality.
Right, sir. I have delusions of grandeur because I happen to know my history and you don't.
You're always building yourself up and cutting the other people down.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, you couldn't stand tall. And another thing, I really doubt your sincerity. You cut Oliver North down on people. You couldn't even shine his shoes, you miserable. Not even a good facsimile of a man.
Mm-hmm.
If you couldn't serve our country, what is wrong with you?
I could, sir. I chose not to.
I know. Or did you go to Canada or something?
No, sir, I didn't.
Then you dodged the draft.
No, sir, I didn't.
Did the same thing.
No, sir, I didn't dodge the draft. Sir,
in 53,
shut up!
Serve his country. And
shut up, you miserable old pig! You're not going to spread lies. It's bad enough I had to censor you 4 times for your foul, filthy mouth. Tappa, you're on the air at WPLP.
I think you're jealous of him, too.
Mm-hmm. Why's that?
Pittsburgh.
I beg your pardon?
Because he's from Pittsburgh.
No, he's not.
Well, the Pirates beat the Phillies, or the Steelers beat the Eagles, whatever.
He's not from Pittsburgh, sir.
He's from Pittsburgh.
He's not from Pittsburgh, nor am I.
But Jack Ellery is.
No, he's not.
Well, you're jealous of Paul Gonzalez, because he got a promotion.
Mm-hmm.
And he also does some ads, too.
Mm-hmm.
Bob, I also want to congratulate you on your efforts to lower the minimum wage to $2.50 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Because I bet you're going to Kmart and buy those $8 shirts instead of Moss Brothers for those $22 shirts. Right?
Never bought a shirt in Kmart in my life.
Buy those $8 shirts at Kmart, and where they pay the wages of 50 cents an hour over in Taiwan.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And what about the upholstery on that new furniture that you bought? Where was that made? Taiwan?
No.
Singapore?
No, it's made on a cow.
Made on a cow?
Mm-hmm.
A Singapore cow, right?
No, an Italian cow.
Right?
No, an Italian cow.
An Italian cow.
Uh-huh.
55 cents an hour by an 11-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Running all over town to save a few $100 on slave labor.
Mm-hmm.
Bob, why don't you do a show on the Tampa Bay Bucks?
Because I found them boring.
Yeah, raise your ratings. That's what I say. That would raise the level of your show.
Mm-hmm.
You know how many votes?
I'm sure that you'd like to hear. I'm sure that you would love to hear a show on football. It's probably about the only thing in between your ears, isn't it?
What about Walter Mondale?
What about him?
Did you vote for him?
Yes, I did.
39 million votes. You know how many RR got?
A drinking Thunderbird.
Jerry Falwell listening to
Thunderbird and what? Grapefruit juice? Is that the way you mix it up?
With Jerry Falwell? Would you be afraid to mix up the grapefruit?
Do you have any idea at all what you're saying? Do you have any idea at all what you're saying? Or do you always babble on like this, incoherently?
Are you afraid to mix up grapefruit juice with Jerry Falwell?
Your time's up, Bozo. Goodbye. You're on the air at WPLP.
St. Petersburg?
That's correct. Ask it again anyway. Are you an obnoxious older person?
No, I said I resent the things that you
Well, if you're not an obnoxious older person, then you have no problem.
Slimy. Who do you think you are to call people? And I also said that we ought to get a petition up to get you off the air because you are not a nice person. You are a very ill-bred person.
Ill-bred?
Yes, you're not a nice
You're familiar with the genealogy of my parents?
I don't talk as good as you. I'm so sorry, Mr. Lassiter. You see, I'm not as educated as you are, Mr. Lassiter.
Isn't it amazing? One person calls me ill-educated, the other person thinks I'm highly educated.
I'm mispronouncing my words, Mr. Lassiter.
You are? I hadn't noticed any.
Excuse me.
I hadn't noticed you mispronouncing any yet, man.
That they ought to do something about you because you're
What do you think they should do about me?
All you've got is for your ears, your head, to separate your ears. That's all, my dear. They separate your
Sounds
head.
like there's some problem with your breathing, too.
Separate your head. Your ears separate your head.
Yes,
Good night, Mr. Lassiter.
That's actually the way it is with most people. Their ears separate their head, but I suppose in some neighborhoods there are some peculiar people whose ears do not quite come to each end of the head. You're on the air at WPLP.
Really, complete asshole.
Why's that?
Well, you don't have to ask me why I listen to your machine, your radio station. I don't listen to it, okay?
Oh, I see.
No, I don't.
So if you don't listen to it, then how do you know?
Well, I'm going to tell you how I know. I might call if I'm during a commercial or watching a ball game, which I don't have to have the volume on to call to see how obnoxious you're getting. And it really, really aggravates me that somebody with your sense of ignorance could sit there on the phone and intimidate old people.
With my sense of ignorance. That's an interesting phrase.
Like I said, maybe
I've never heard those two words put together before.
But how you can intimidate old people, young people, disabled people. Doesn't matter what they...
Disabled people?
Pardon me?
Disabled people. That's interesting.
Well, you said it, not me. Whether they're black, white, or green, if you don't like the way they think or the way they talk, you push your little button. You remind me of a couple of guys I went to school with, you know.
Must be an awful lot of commercials on that station you're watching.
And go home.
I said there must be an awful lot of commercials on that station that you're watching.
Not too many.
Oh, really? You seem to have a very intimate knowledge of the program.
No, not
for someone that doesn't listen except during commercials.
No, not too many. But anyway, I just, I wanted to call you, and I just want to tell you. And like I said, believe me, I know one thing. I wish the other people would boycott your commercials, your products. I don't buy Miracle Ice anymore, and I used to. There's a lot of things I will not patronize Sears because of you. There's a lot of things I won't do because of Bob Lassiter.
Well, it seems to me the people from Miracle Ice and Sears should be thrilled.
I think you're a complete rectal mouth, and I think that something should be done to get people like you off the air.
Could I make a suggestion to you?
No, you can't make a suggestion.
I'd be delighted to. Why don't you watch the programs to be the way you want them to be? That's why you keep trying to talk over me, and it doesn't work because I talk over you. It's the way the thing is set up electronically. I thought you wanted to ask questions, sir. A man that wants to ask questions is normally interested in hearing answers, aren't they? But you're not interested in hearing answers. You're just interested in making things up.
You cannot accept it. You were talking
What can I accept, sir? Nobody heard you.
and somebody asked you if your mother believed in God, and you says that on her deathbed she told you yes, but she lied to you then too.
No, sir, that's not what I said at all. I said she told me no.
Well, reiterate.
No, it isn't, sir.
Reiterate what
she told me no. She told her sisters yes.
She told you no?
Yes.
And she told her sisters yes.
That's correct, sir.
Did your mother lie to you or to her sisters?
I have no way of knowing. Unfortunately,
and
she's
you
dead.
You also made the remark that you could care less, too. I don't know, maybe that yellow strip went up the front along with the back. But what have you contributed? Can you say one thing?
What would you like me to have contributed, sir? What do you consider a contribution?
What have you?
Tell me what you consider to be a contribution, sir.
Organizations where they could have used somebody for whether it's a Big Brother organization.
Yes, sir. I've been affiliated with the Big Brothers in the past.
Whether it was
I said, sir.
What have you contributed?
Sir, if you'll shut up your big fat mouth, I'd be delighted to answer.
I'll let you talk, but
I see you don't want answers.
I will not shut up.
Because you don't want to hear the answers. That's why.
Go ahead. Answer.
Well, I said, yes, I've been affiliated with the Big Brothers. I've been affiliated with the Little League. I've been affiliated with Community Theater. I've been affiliated with the Boy Scouts.
Here in this area?
No, sir. Not recently, no.
Why not in this area?
Because I haven't felt like it, sir.
You haven't felt like it?
That's right.
You've said many times that
I work in the evening, sir. I work in the evening, don't I?
You work in the evening? I work in the evening, too.
Oh, interesting.
I work in the daytime, too.
Great. Glad to hear it, sir.
You've made a comment many times that you don't like this area. Maybe that's why you haven't been a contributing factor.
Maybe it is.
Why are you here?
Because I am, sir.
Why?
Everybody's got to be someplace.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think the majority of people, let me ask you a question and be honest. Do you think the majority of people that listen to your show, would prefer to have you on the air or prefer to have you off?
Well, I would assume, sir, they would prefer to have me on.
Well, I challenge
Or else they must be idiots.
I challenge you to have a poll, not only one night, because you're going to need both. 2 nights, you can separate them in a week so people can talk. To see how many people would want Bob Lassiter kept on the air and how many people would want Bob Lassiter off the air. I challenge you to that.
Oh, my goodness, you do?
Yes, I do.
Oh, my.
Yes, I do. I challenge you to that.
Is that about it, or do you have more?
Oh, I've got a lot. Reneging on something then. A minute ago you said you might do that tomorrow, but now you're...
Well, that's not reneging, sir. It was a thought. I might do it tomorrow.
Called Pryor, a 73-year-old veteran who gave 2, 3, 1, 4 years of his life defending this country. You decided to whistle while he was talking.
That's right.
Wasn't that nice?
No, it was clever.
Was it? You think it was?
I beg your pardon, sir.
Tell us where you're from.
I beg your pardon, sir.
Where you're going.
I beg your pardon, sir.
Yeah, you beg. Go ahead. You beg. You have it.
Well, that was a very interesting comment.
What was that? I made
about my father.
I made several.
About my father, sir.
That's right. I said you don't know where your father is.
That's right.
So you don't even know who you are.
Oh, don't I?
Obviously not.
I see.
Tell us, who are you?
I'm me.
Who are you? Who are you?
A man with convictions, sir.
Convictions?
Uh-huh.
Somebody doesn't like your convictions, they are no good, right? They are terrible people because they don't believe what Bob Lassiter believes.
I had to skip yesterday, and the problem that I see with you is that you don't give other people a chance to air their views.
Whoops.
Hey, Bob, how you doing?
Fine. Perhaps you should. Hello.
Sharp and sweet. You're the woolly mastodon of truth sinking in the La Brea tar pits of Tampa Bay mentality.
Is that supposed to be bashing?
Take it the way you want it.
You're on the air at WPLP.
Bob?
Yes?
I'm wondering that I think I've got your problem worked out.
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone's thinking you're homosexual.
Mm-hmm.
I think the fact is that you don't like straight people.
Mm-hmm.
Could it be, or what? What do you think this is?
I thought you had the problem worked out.
Because all it is just people yelling at each other.
Uh-huh.
And one other thing, I think you need to go on a diet. Have you considered Weight Watchers?
No, I haven't.
Well, you should. You are one disgusting pig.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and another thing, I don't appreciate you cutting down Ollie North either.
Uh-huh.
I bet he's got more schooling than you ever will have.
Yes, he does, as a matter of fact.
Did you drop out of high school in
Yes,
7th
I did.
grade?
No, I beg your pardon, high school is not 7th grade. Which year did you drop out in?
Huh?
Which year did you drop out in?
Boy, I don't drop out. I go. If I start something, I finish it.
All the way to the 7th grade?
Oh, shoot, you wish. I got a better education than you ever would.
You have a better education than I ever would.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever you say.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, your show is a load of bull crap.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you listen to it?
Because I just want to yell at you.
Oh.
Like I said, you're...
When do you want to start?
Huh?
When are you going to start?
I already have.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Could have fooled me.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Is that about it?
Huh?
Is that about it? Guess it is.
Whether or not they have, like I just said, there's not a woman would have you. The kind of attitude you've got.
Well, yeah, well, you have given it some consideration, though, obviously.
You know, you play word games with people.
No, ma'am, I don't play word games with people. I just hang people with their own words.
Why don't you just talk straight?
I do, ma'am.
No, you don't.
That's what bugs the hell out of you.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you so obnoxious and rude and nasty to people anyway? Why do you insult them and interrupt them and tell them to shut up? First time I heard that, I thought that was the most hideous thing I've ever heard from somebody on a radio station. And
the first time you ever heard that? How many times have you heard it?
Little kids probably listening to some of these shows because their parents probably...
How many times have you heard it, ma'am?
Pardon?
How many times have you heard it? You said the first time you heard me tell someone to shut up.
You've told them to shut up more than once.
Well, how do you know that if you don't listen?
I don't on a regular basis. He has it on.
Uh-huh. And you discussed it with your husband.
Well, he thinks you're as obnoxious as I do.
Mm-hmm. It's rather strange that two people sit around discussing something they find absolutely obnoxious night after night after night.
Oh, I don't listen.
And you think I'm the one who has a problem?
Pardon? Pardon?
And I said, you think I'm the one who has a problem?
You certainly do.
Mm.
If I was you, I would really hurry to get to a psychiatrist so you could live the rest of your life perhaps normal. Only I think it would probably take...
Ma'am, I'm not the one who sits at home listening to obnoxious people talking about it and then wondering about their sexuality. If this would offend you, I'm sorry, but if anyone needs a psychiatrist, I don't think it's me.
Now, you want to increase your ratings right now? You want to increase your...
Would you like me to get David Fowler on the phone right now, and he can tell you about the calls that he's had from you concerning my shows within the past couple of weeks?
You're just a liar.
Would you like me to get David on the phone? Uh-huh. Bye-bye, Loretta, forever. Forever, Loretta. Because people that use the word that you just used don't ever get on the station again. Ever. Bye-bye, sweetheart. You and Jack all the way. Newport Richie, you're on the air at WPLP.
Hey, Bob.
Hi.
Listen, if your mother didn't own the radio station, I bet you wouldn't even have a job now, would you?
My mother's been dead for 4 years.
Oh, I don't believe that.
I don't care whether you believe it or not. It's true.
Oh, come on. Who's your receptionist?
The radio station's owned by Guy Gannett Broadcasting, sir.
Oh, come on.
And it's being sold to Susquehanna.
I'm sick of the way you're downgrading Reagan all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Why, he's 10 times the man you are.
Mm-hmm.
He's in better physical shape in his 70s than you are in your 50s.
Well, that certainly says a great deal.
It sure does.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'll tell you something else. I bet you live in a trailer. I bet you're the type that lives in a trailer and
you're wrong.
Drinks beer all the time, and you probably shop at Kmart. You probably
no, sir. I'm too big to live in a trailer. I'm too heavy to live in a trailer. Remember?
Where's Gordon Bird when you need him?
I don't know, sir.
On?
Is that about it, or do you have more?
Bob, you're pathetic.
Really?